This is part 3 of our
Third time's the charm.
three-part series.
Third time's the charm.
Well, hopefully this will be the last time. I'll have to do less editing. So there is good thing about that. And now I will try to get this working. All of them are back on now. I need to go back here, go back there, go back here. And we will do this. I wanted to do this as a regular thing of starting and stopping the show, but I didn't want to have to do it this way. I thought it would be good to do 3 shorter things because I usually cut the mix up into 3 pieces. I thought if I did the video in 3 pieces, people could watch it easier at their leisure. Mm-hmm. And I thought that might be a better way to do it. And I still might do that. Of course, I don't like being forced to do that because the system locks up. So hopefully this will be the only time it locks up. I'll reboot it and I'll be playing around with it a little bit more on my own when we're not, trying to go on the fly here. So, all right. So you got your What Burns My Trash segment. Mm-hmm. You feel better now?
I do.
All right. That's the important part. That's the most important part. We've all had those segments to do.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't had any since I have retired. So that tells you that that's all you got to do to fix things.
I had a minor one yesterday.
Yeah, but you didn't do it here.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I went to work. Now, I was out Thursday and Friday with a migraine. I could not see.
Really? Both days?
Both days.
I didn't know that.
I know you didn't.
Huh.
And I just, when I get them, they hit me hard. And all I can do is sleep it off, and so the company that I work for, our policy is that we can email in and say we won't be in, but we have to use the main resource email, which everybody in my department has access to. We have to include the boss and...
Brooke Springsteen?
No.
Wow.
My supervisor. And her...
Like a boss.
Yeah. And like the secretary of the unit.
State?
No. The secretary of the unit. And I always include my email address on it too.
So you know that you're off.
Yeah, that it reminds me to add that to my spreadsheet that I keep track of how much leave time I have.
This woman
has a spreadsheet for everything?
Yes. You do. That's not a bad thing. I'm just saying. I have a spreadsheet for the things on the show. That's it.
I need to have one for everything. So anyway,
I don't know how she keeps them all straight, to be honest with you.
It's easy. I go to work yesterday. I'm looking through my emails. I don't see my emails saying that I'm going to be off.
Okay.
But I thought, okay, maybe I just overlooked them.
This sounds bad.
Yeah.
So you didn't hit send? What was the problem?
Well, I don't know what the problem is. I still don't know. What I do see are 2 emails from my boss to the whole unit saying about what the call-off procedures were.
Mm-hmm. So what happened?
And I'm starting to get nervous. Well, then, you met my office mate, Cheryl.
I did?
Yes, you did.
I did.
Okay.
She comes in.
She likes my Tesla.
Yes, she does. And we were talking, and I said to her, well, who else wasn't here? Because I'm thinking, I emailed in, so I knew it couldn't have been me. She's like, Trish, that was about you.
Oh.
And I said, oh, no. I said, this doesn't work. Homie, don't play this game. So I went into my phone.
Okay.
And I pulled up my sent emails, and I said, look, right here. I followed procedure. I did it. Well, of course, at first on an iPhone, I couldn't get all the names to show who I emailed.
Right.
So I did something. I got on my work computer, logged into my email. As soon as I could get all those names to show up, both Thursday and Friday, I printed them out. I printed the emails out right at work because I'm going.
So what happened?
Well, my boss in the
broke the
meantime
internet.
had come in, and she, I said to her, I said, no, I said, I did email in. I sent her screenshots. She's like, well, we never got them. And I'm like, but that's not my problem. I know I emailed in.
So what happened?
Well, after I proved to her by printing them out and sending them to her, she says, I will remove the no call, no show. She had me marked down as a no call, no show because nobody else heard from me. I had to prove to her that I did follow procedure.
But you didn't have an email either. Why didn't you?
Once I logged into my email and I went into my sent folder on the computer, not on my phone, I could print out my sent emails saying that I wasn't going to be in. And it showed I included everybody that I was supposed to.
You broke the internet.
No, I didn't. So, I mean, it bothered me that she just, she automatically assumed that, and Cheryl knows me, everybody there knows that I would always email in. And if something were seriously wrong, that's one thing. But if something were wrong with me, I know Ashley would be calling.
Do you know, in the 30 years that I worked at the last place that I worked, I have never called in sick, ever. And the one time that when I had my stroke, someone else called in for me, but I never called in sick in all the years that I was.
Wow.
Yeah, I when I quit when I quit my work, I had 4 weeks of vacation and everything. So that tells you that
there's people like that, and I'm not saying that you are a problem. Believe me, I'm not.
I can't be because I didn't have any problem.
No, but what I'm saying is
I never took off.
You're a workaholic.
I liked what I did. I didn't like who I worked for, but I did like I did like my job.
But there's someone in my office that is also a workaholic that I have issues with, and I'm trying there's a few people I have issues with. I'm trying very hard to work through them. But like one of the things today was I went to my boss and I said I felt very upset by what somebody had said that made it look like I wasn't doing my job. And I said, I work very hard at what I do. I said, there are so many details that I have to keep track of that I would like to see them do my job for a week. And they couldn't do it. And she's like, well, it's not about you not doing your job. And I'm like, well, that's not the way I read this.
I understand. Okay, let's get back to work.
We are working.
The Rock has a new TV show coming out. Guess what it's about?
Himself.
Yes, himself as a kid.
Awesome.
It's based on himself.
It's young Sheldon, the Rock version.
Well, I guess you could put it that way. It says The Rock lands new NBC comedy series based on his childhood.
Oh, I can't wait.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson landed his next gig on Saturday. It was reported by Dateline and Variety that the former WWE champion has a new NBC series and comedy based on his childhood.
Awesome.
The Young Rock will feature 11 episodes. Wow, what's that? Oh, don't tell me we locked up again. We may have. You mother. I did. I locked up again. Why? I don't understand what's going on here. I've got all these stories yet, and it's locked up again. Yes, it is. Part
Guess
4.
third time wasn't the charm.
Yeah, you had to open your big mouth. Don't even say it again.
Okay.
No, I did this time.
All right. I think the
It's all
power
your
of the
fault,
Rock
Wilson.
screwed it up.
Yeah, but it's closer to the end, so.
It's not the start. It's
No, that's
definitely
true.
not. So, okay, try this again. So The Rock has a new show, The Formative Years, and kind of his Forrest Gump. So he's going to talk about. It's going to be based on his life, and it's going to be a comedy, and it should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to have his normal people that he works with. Danny Garcia has been a guy he's worked with on a lot of things. Hiram Garcia has been someone who, if you take a look at the credits on everything he does, Brian Jewitz. These are names I've seen in all of his movies and stuff in the credits. These are people he works with all the time. And his HBO series is over, so he needs another gig. I mean, he isn't working nearly enough. Just because he has movies out every other month, he's not working enough. You got to do it when you can, though, because some of us can't get rebooked after our first gig. I wish he'd leave me a job or two, but no, it's exciting. I'm very happy for him that he's going to end up.
We need something else to binge watch.
Well, right now I'm trying to binge watch on the DC stuff because they've been doing these compilations, crossovers, where Supergirl's showing up on The Flash and The Flash is showing up on DC Legends and all this stuff. And right now I'm binge watching too much, so I'll be glad when I can get caught up on binge watching. But anyway, I thought that was kind of an interesting story. And, I always like to see where he's at because, he's kind of like one of my heroes because of all the things he's been doing. So it's good to see that someone can stay working. Then I saw, we saw this trailer this weekend. It says DC drops the first look at adults only Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey that'll be coming out. There's going to be a movie coming out next month, or I think it's next month, and
the middle of the month, I think.
And I guess it looks like she killed off, or somebody killed off the Joker. I think she killed off the Joker by the looks of things. So
yeah, because she broke up with her.
She was serious about that. And I'll tell you what, if I ever go out with her, I'm not going to break up with her just because I don't want to die. But
I'll keep my mouth shut.
She's hot though. So we'll see.
What if she asks you for money?
I'd probably give her money. Depends what she's willing to do to get it.
Okay.
So I don't know. We'll see how this works out, but looks like it's going to be an interesting movie, and it's going to be a chick flick with a twist, I guess. So I mean, the guys
you're not
will
afraid
go
of losing your man card, are you?
Well, the guys will go to see the chicks, and the girls will go to see
the flicks,
the women in control. So, and there's a lot of guys that like women in control. So, I mean, a lot of guys like dominant women, and I had my share of crazy women, so I know what that's like too.
Crazy women.
Oh man!
Go insane.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So now, why didn't that work? That's weird. I tried to do the Twitter, and it won't let me. Huh. All right. Well, then Twitter doesn't get that. But, yeah, we'll see how it works. I think it looks interesting. Then my next story, I've got a lot of stories, so I'm trying to go through these quick. Oh, yeah, you said about this one. Mexican wrestler La Parka has died after suffering several, or I should say, severe in-ring injuries. And that kind of scary because it does happen. And I really kind of like this guy. This guy was, I remember him in WCW. He carried around a chair, a folding chair, and he played it like a guitar, and he hit people with it and all that stuff. La Parka was pretty cool. He was very unique. So, well, they actually did. Yeah, it was back in October. Those guys go on a long time. His real name is Jesus I'm sorry, not Jesus. Jesus Alfonso. Lucha Libre, AAA posted a memorial tribute to him on YouTube. He was a pretty interesting guy, and he was very athletic. I didn't know he was in his 50s, so I hated to see him die. That was sad. So it's a shame that he died. So I just wanted to say something about him because I liked him a lot. Not as much as Harley Quinn, but
Of course.
now I thought you'll like this next article. We just did our picks, and one of the picks was this guy, Keith Richards. Horrible illness from drugs leaked by family. He had just mentioned. We just talked about this the other day, sometime in December, I think it was, that he wanted to stop touring. And of course, the guy's pretty old anyway, but it turns out that the guy has a lot of issues from the years of drug abuse. So, Heidi Lee Morgan joined again.
And Amy Sue.
And Amy Sue, yes. Two of my favorite women. But it says here, Keith Richards being kicked out. So I don't know if he was really kicked out, but it says, he's got some serious health problems, and they're all stemming back to his years and years of drug
Did you put him on your
abuse.
list?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I looked up
Okay.
to make sure that nobody else had him. I knew that. And I also needed to look up to see it was him, because I almost said it was Ron Wood, and I couldn't remember it was him or Keith Richards. I thought it was Keith Richards. So I really think I have a good one there. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to see him die. I mean, but, I don't want to see any of them die, but a point is a point. I can hold that. Okay, I don't need that anymore because we talked to him. What's this one here? Just checking to make sure that I got everything. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I'll do this next week. We won't do this now because we don't have time for it now. This is so weird. So the conservative moms, you ever hear of them, guys?
Of course.
Well, the conservative moms are these overly conservative Christian women that hate everything. That hate everything, and they caused trouble for the WWE at one time. That they were too sexual. I mean, they just have been a pain in everybody's butt. So they're now complaining about Burger King because they used the D word. You know what the
Darn.
No, damn. They used the D word in one of their commercials. Damn, that's good. So, because they said, damn, that's good. All right, now why is all of my Twitter things going to Twitter? I don't want that. Don't cause me these aches and pains. I've had stuff freezing up on me. I don't want, I know why. Okay, so if I choose that one, that'll work. Okay, anyway, so they're complaining because in their newest commercial, somebody said, damn, that's good.
They didn't hear the word beaver in front of it?
No, there was no. It was on the Impossible Burger.
Oh.
The non-meat burger. They're trying to push the non-meat burger, and it's the only thing that the guy said was, "Damn, that's good," and the million moms that are part of the conservative group whose goal is to stop the exploitation of our children was disgusted by that.
I heard him saying, Dan, that's good. He was talking to his buddy Dan.
Maybe he was. Maybe that's what they should say.
Dan,
I really
I
think that those women should get a life of some sort. Let them work at a place like Burger King or McDonald's or places like that.
It's not easy. People think
no,
it's easy,
it's
but
not. I couldn't do it. I never
Been there, done that, gave the
I
uniform
worked
back.
at a restaurant once, and that was enough for me.
We've seen you make peaches. It's okay.
Seen me what?
Make pizzas on your video. We saw how you flip it up and it falls on
Pizza. Oh, pizza. I thought you said peaches.
That's what
No,
I thought you
pizza.
said.
I said pizza.
I was going to say, I don't remember making any peaches.
It was
you, sir.
pizza.
Oh,
Sounded
well,
like
I can
you're
tell
saying
you that
peaches.
I did not like working in a place like that. I just did not. It's too much for me. So, anyway, next, let's see here. We're running out of time here. Skip that. Let's see here. Skip that. Skip that. Skip that.
You know Super Bowl's coming up, right?
Yeah.
We should make predictions between the three of us.
I don't even know who's in it.
Green Bay, I think's one of them.
No, they haven't figured it out yet.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
They still got a couple more games yet. But
I picked the Patriots.
the Patriots aren't in. They're out already.
Then I don't want to play.
Actually, I'll tell you who.
Now here's our
in
top.
already.
Here's our top favorite restaurants
Sheets!
in America. Do you realize this is, to me, when I was a kid, you talk, there was like Howard Johnson's and there was like, Red Lobster, and those were the favorite restaurants. Now we have Wawa, Sheetz, and 7-Eleven
Woohoo,
as our
Sheets!
top restaurants in America. It's no wonder other countries hate us. Really, seriously. When I read that, I'm like, what is going on with this world? This is just so bizarre to think that is even a thing. In Vacation, National Lampoon's 1980s classic, Chevy Chase jokes. I'm so hungry I could eat a sandwich from a gas station.
Sheets,
Back in the
Wawa,
80s.
7-Eleven.
But now I got to tell you that when we're traveling,
Yep.
where do we go?
Sheets, Wawa, but never 7-Eleven.
Especially at Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I can get my turkey sandwich.
Actually, I went to a Wawa on Sunday down there because it was the closest thing that I could get to. And it was a little different, but it was still pretty nice.
It's pretty cool. But anyway, it's just kind of weird to think of that being our three favorite restaurants when I never, as a kid, never even thought of 7-Eleven as a restaurant. I think of them as convenience stores.
Well, they are.
Well, but look at the Sheets. They have a restaurant area. They have,
Sheets has an app where I can get reward points.
but
That's why we go to Sheets.
but they have a restaurant area. They have seats where you can sit
Well,
down and eat. 7-Eleven, I don't know that they have that, but they might.
I don't think so.
And
Wawa does.
Wawa does.
I have to.
Wawa and Sheets are basically the same.
I'll have to join
as
the
far as
Wawa one, so I
as far
have
as
it
I'm
because we
concerned.
stop at Wawa.
I mean, they're the same as far as I'm concerned, but I found that interesting. So I want to talk about that. I wanted to share this with Ashley because I know that she happens to be a manager at a McDonald's.
Oh, brother.
No, I'm your
So-
mom, not your brother.
There's another chain out there that pays their managers $100,000 a year.
Oh, I heard about this one.
Do you know where it is?
Yo, you do.
It happens to be a place you like to eat.
Taco Bell.
Yep.
But if we had In-N-Out Burger, they already pay their managers $160,000 a year.
Wonder if somebody else knows that.
Yeah, but he's not management.
No.
Yeah, Taco Bell will
I
try.
used to be a manager at a Taco Bell.
Well, they're going to try paying their managers $100,000 a year, and see if it works out. And if it does, who knows? I mean,
Yep.
Actually, I'm making more now, $1 more an hour as a manager where I'm at now than I was when I was at Taco Bell. Taco Bell was making 12. I'm
were you a
making
manager?
13.
when did you get a raise? I thought you were only starting at 12.
I don't know. Apparently, I'm 13 the whole time.
Okay.
I know. I'm not complaining.
Were you a manager at Taco Bell?
Yes.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they're going to try it.
Well, I know Glenn and Amy from the radio station I listened to in the morning. They said they were leaving to go for that. I can't see them giving it up.
Well, I'm just telling you that's what they're going to try to do. They say you can't if you want good help, you got to pay for it.
Yes.
So I mean, they're
Well,
trying
think
to look,
about it.
They're trying to look for better employees and not just
Find something that will keep them Because
Correct.
like a lot of what I see McDonald's as, and this is nothing against you, okay, is it's just a constant turnover
Sure.
for kids,
Or that's what it's supposed to be.
and
It's not supposed to be a lifelong thing. It's supposed to be kids that are going to school and kids that are needing to something for the summer. It's not really meant to be a life
because
sustainable job.
as management, I think they'll either make you go to clown college or hamburger you, don't they?
Well, I mean, even McDonald's has dropped the clown guy. You don't even see him anymore.
That's true.
Right? He's not even in there anywhere, right? Ronald McDonald, do you see him anywhere?
Not technically anymore.
Yeah, I mean they're trying to shed that persona.
Because people are afraid of clowns now. Kids are afraid of clowns.
Well, especially that one.
There's nothing wrong with him.
Oh, I don't know.
But real quickly, your teams still in the football are the Titans, the Chiefs, the 49ers, and the Packers. So the Titans and the Chiefs.
I will never admit to saying this, especially since someone else just joined the chat room, but go Packers.
I don't like any of those
And
teams.
the 49ers and the Packers.
How could they have eliminated the Patriots? They must have cheated.
They're traitors.
Now, on Taco Bell, there's another story about Taco Bell.
Your Titans defeat the Patriots. So
Is
the
it-
Titans are the ones that took out the Patriots.
There's a second story about Taco Bell. Man breaks into Taco Bell, prepares food, and takes a nap on I believe it was Christmas Day.
Oh, jeez.
So he not only breaks in, makes food, takes a nap.
But did he clean up after himself?
Oh, I don't know.
See, if he cleaned up after himself, then I wouldn't charge him. Because he at least cleaned up.
I don't know. Let me see. I'll tell you. Around 12:15 a.m. on December 25th, a man approached Taco Bell.
On Christmas.
If you don't have any place to live, it shows him. He entered the drive-through window. Surveillance video showed him using the fryers to make himself a meal. After eating, he proceeded to take a nap on the restaurant floor. I would think he didn't have home. I think he wasn't home. He was a homeless guy. Prior to leaving, three hours later, the suspect stole a laptop and a tablet. I would say he was not cleaning up.
Bummers.
I can imagine that he can't get a job there because if he had cleaned up, he probably would have been able to apply for a job. So,
Oh, well.
I found that funny that the guy broke in and made himself food.
Oh, he was hungry.
I'll hold that for next week. McDonald's franchise. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
I had another McDonald's. Leaked an email. Oh, don't tell me I got it. I can't do that because it's one of them. Darn, it's going to irritate me. Not going to be able to do that.
You're not meant to, and that's okay.
I don't remember what it said. Stay focused. That was on the. So they were telling their managers that they were to stay focused on the chicken sandwich because they were trying to compete with Chick-fil-A. Very interesting.
We had a chicken sandwich a long time. Actually, we had a southern style chicken sandwich a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Which was a steamed bun, just like your filet bun, with butter and pickles, with a piece of chicken. Right now, we have our crispy chicken sandwich, which is mayonnaise, lettuce, and tomatoes, along with the grilled one, which is our grilled artisan, which is the same thing.
On the news, here's why doctors urge people to get the flu shot every year. I will tell you, this year's flu is quite nasty. And I got sick Saturday night, and I was freezing. It was so cold on my body.
Right.
I had these blankets all stacked up, and I could not get warm for nothing. Then Sunday, I was so cold I could not get warmed up. I should say on Sunday I was so warm I could not
Cool down.
cool down. and today I actually feel somewhat normal. So
That's normal.
In
not
this
that.
world. See?
Anyway, this 4-year-old, mother's warning after flu leaves her 4-year-old blind.
Yes,
Wow.
I saw that. I was just going to say about that. That's what popped in my mind when you said
And it sucks because I felt I couldn't even see right. And today I can read again.
Well, I know at the farm show, I was helping out with the booth where we were giving out flu shots. The whole week of the farm show, we gave out over 1,800 flu shots.
I
Would you like
understand
to
that.
get the flu shot?
It was a little late for me.
You want to walk home, don't you?
No.
Anyway, this year's flu was pretty nasty.
Mhm.
It definitely took me for a loop. I haven't been sick in years, and that took me out. And I couldn't understand what was going on because I don't get sick. But here's another story about the flu. Wisconsin child dies from flu on the way to the hospital.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you, it's a nasty thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never get sick. I just don't
Well,
get
we
sick.
proved that wrong.
And
I remember one time that I got the flu. I worked at McDonald's and I
Oh, no
was just
wonder.
always so tired. No, I was always so tired. Well, I worked in the window a lot though, but I was just so tired. I go home like I was actually almost even falling asleep standing up at work, and they kept sending me home because I was sick and stuff like that. But it's like, guys, I can't afford to, not work. Finally, I gave up. I went to the doctors. Nan took me to the doctors, and they did a flu test, and they said, "Yep, you have the flu." And they actually wrote me a work note saying that I had to be off work for 1 whole week at least
Mm-hmm.
while
Wow.
taking this medication. Happened to be Black Friday. It was on that Friday.
Oh. Well, I'll tell you this. It's funny. I would think, now, of course, flu shots definitely, people in healthcare, people with weakened immune systems, whatnot. Even though I work in a hospital, I'm technically not in the hospital. I'm not around patients. I'm off-site in another building, but we still have to get flu shots unless we have, like, there are some people that didn't get them because
Working in the daycare, you
Of
were the same way.
of religious reasons or
when I
not.
worked in daycares,
Yep.
you had to make sure you got your flu shot, and you had
Yep.
to prove it that you got your flu shot because of all the kids.
Yep.
wow. I don't know. But Tamara says Chris has to get one
Because of its
due to his
disability.
disability.
Yeah, it weakens the immune system.
Even a simple cold could turn very bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you what, this flu is nasty.
It is.
It took me out. It takes a lot to take me out. It takes a
Yes.
lot to make me feel I can't. I even drank hot coffee to try to warm up. It was just horrible. I couldn't.
You don't drink
Warm
hot
up.
coffee any other time?
I don't drink. When I worked, I drank coffee in the morning, but I haven't drank coffee in a year or 2 years. What is it? A year and a couple months.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
drink hot tea.
I have a brand new coffee maker up there that I bought before I quit, and I just used it for the first time this past Sunday. And I
He
couldn't
had
figure
to
out-
wait a year before he
I
used
couldn't
it.
figure out how to use it either because I was so sick. I couldn't, I couldn't get it to work. I thought I bought a broken one, and I threw away my other one, so I had to figure out how to work it. And here I did something wrong, so I figured it out now.
He looked at the pictures.
Yeah, but I couldn't see right because it does affect your vision.
It does.
It truly. I couldn't read my screen or anything.
That's what a migraine does to me. I can't.
No, it wasn't a migraine though.
But
It
I
was-
know. But I'm saying,
I did have a headache, but it wasn't a migraine. It was. I've had migraines before, but it wasn't a migraine. It was just. it was a flu headache. Whatever it
Mhm.
was, that flu is just nasty. Anybody that gets it understands what I'm saying. It just was really bad. And I don't get sick, but I don't want that again.
Well, that's why I asked when you told me that. That's why I'm like, do you need anything? Because I knew I had my flu shot. I would have come up and made sure you had something to eat.
I
or
needed
whatever.
somebody to go get my gun. I felt so bad. I
Yeah,
didn't
sorry,
want to
that
deal with
wouldn't have been me.
it. And I didn't feel like going
Wouldn't have been me
downstairs.
either.
You guys aren't helpful at all.
I think we are. We're still here, aren't we?
I think that's just to harass me.
Yeah. So
So one of us harasses me more than the other.
you need to stop bothering him.
I don't know that it's her.
I'm sorry.
I think she's been a lot nicer to me than you. And it looks like we're frozen again.
Oh,
So since we're frozen,
let it go. Let it go.
it's time to go. I'm just tired of this. I got to fix the system.
It's 5 after
I don't
10.
understand why it's doing it. But apparently, you're hearing us. You just can't see what's going on. So with that, I think it's time to go. So I'm going to cue up the music. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Hold on. Got to think about this because I can't play it on there. So I got to play it at the auxiliary. Let me see. How do we do this? I guess I do it this way. I'm going to hit this. I can play my music this way, I think. Hold on here. I can't get to it. And now I just got to talk since nobody else knows how to talk here.
Nope, we don't.
Nope. Not at all.
Wait a minute. I was trying to find that thing that you said I needed to do with this, and it didn't come up the way you said it would.
What are you talking about? Oh, okay. No, hit this.
That one?
Yes. And then type in reset.
Oh, I thought it was
Okay. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for whatever for
for
sparing
hanging in
for
there
bearing
with us.
while the system locks up again. And we haven't. I actually can move. You can't actually. The rules were we're going to have a contest to see who can stay in the same position for the longest. So that's I'm winning. Anyway, we're going to go now. I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and I will talk to you guys later. And
Bye.
See you later. So I hope this plays. I don't know if it's playing.
Yeah, it is. Saying Eric in her head.